I'm Nalaja. Today, we are going to read and think about a book called The Queen's New Chef. While we read the book, I will make the book pages bigger so you can see the illustrations more easily, but you'll still be able to hear my voice. When you see a new page of the book, I will pause so you can look closely at the illustrations. I'll also pause when I finish reading the page. As you listen to me read the book, notice what you're thinking about the story. Here we go. The title of this book is called The Queen's New Chef. It is written by Hannah Reid. It is illustrated by Naomi Lewis. In this story, a queen holds a contest to find a new chef. Each chef who enters the contest makes a different dish to impress the queen. The chef on the front cover of this book chose to make a toffee cake with icing, caramel, and cream. Wonder if the queen will choose this chef. The chef in this illustration chose to make a mountain of ice cream with chocolate, nuts, and cherries. I wonder if the queen will choose this chef. This part of the book is called the contents page. It shows a list of the contents or sections of the book to give us a quick overview of the story. As I read, you will see a box appear around the part of the book I'm reading, like this: Contents. After I finish reading the section, the box will disappear, like this. Chapter 1: The Queen's Contest. Chapter 2: A Healthy Idea. Chapter 3: Too much. Chapter 4: A Stew Fit for a Queen. Chapter 5: Brie, the Chef. A note from the author. Can you find a queen in the illustration? There are lots of chefs who want to win the contest, aren't there? Chapter 1: The Queen's Contest. Queen Caroline was holding a contest to find the best chef in the land. The winner would become the Queen's new chef. Lots of chefs wanted to win the contest. They were all sure that their cooking was the best. There was excitement in kitchens all over the kingdom. Look at the illustrations of 3 different chefs making something for the contest. I will make a huge stack of pancakes with ice cream and chocolate sauce for the contest, said Chef Dominic. The queen will love my pancakes. I will make a magnificent mountain of ice cream with chocolate, nuts, and cherries for the queen, said Chef Charlotte. I will make the biggest, stickiest toffee cake anyone has ever eaten, said Chef Henry. I am the best, and I will be the Queen's new chef, they all said. Which chef do you think Queen Caroline might choose? Look at the illustration of this chef making something for the contest. She looks different from the other chefs, doesn't she? Chapter 2: A Healthy Idea. Meanwhile, in the smallest kitchen in the land, a girl named Bree was thinking about entering the contest. She said, if I win the contest and become the Queen's new chef, I will make the Queen's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I will make tasty, healthy food for her every day. Vegetables taste good, said Bree. They are very healthy too. I will make my tasty vegetable stew and my yummy carrot cake for the contest. Bree chopped carrots and celery, beans and peas, tomatoes and cauliflower, and even some broccoli. Into the pot you go, she said as she made the tasty vegetable stew. Which chef do you predict Queen Caroline might choose? Chapter 3: Too much. The next day, all the chefs gathered in the Queen's palace to show their food. Chef Dominic carefully lifted the cloth that was over the tallest stack of pancakes anyone had ever seen. It was covered with chocolate sauce and ice cream. Ooh! Exclaimed all the people. Chef Charlotte made a magnificent mountain of ice cream with nuts, chocolate, and cherries all over it. The ice cream filled a huge bowl that was as wide as the table. It was piled so high that Chef Charlotte had to stand on tiptoes to put the last cherry on the top. Ah, sighed all the people. Chef Henry carefully lifted the lid off the biggest box anyone had ever seen. Inside was the biggest, stickiest toffee cake that had ever been made. It was covered with icing, caramel, and cream, and filled with the chewiest toffee. Oh my, said all the people, licking their lips. Then Queen Caroline arrived for the contest. She tasted the pancakes with chocolate sauce. Scrumptious, she said. She tried the ice cream. Delicious, she said. She tried the toffee cake. Yummy, she said. Then the Queen sat down. Oh dear, said Queen Caroline. I am not feeling very well. What has happened to the Queen? Queen Caroline enjoyed the desserts, but then she didn't feel so good, did she? Let's see what happens next. Chapter 4. A Stew Fit for a Queen. "Try some of my nice vegetable stew," said Brie. "It will make you feel better." Queen Caroline had a small spoonful of the stew. Then she had another spoonful. "Ooh," sighed the queen. "Ah," she said as she had some more. "Oh my, this is the best stew I have ever eaten. I am feeling so much better now." Now, which chef are you thinking Queen Caroline will choose? Chapter 5. Brie, the Chef. "Would you like to be my new chef?" asked Queen Caroline. "I'd love to be your chef," said Brie. "We could celebrate with some of my carrot cake." Did you figure out that Queen Caroline would choose Brie? This is the end of this story, but there is one more part in the book. This last page is called A Note from the Author. In this section, Hannah Reed, the author, tells us how she got her idea to write this story. Let's read to see how she got her idea. "I love to cook big, gooey cakes, melting chocolate puddings, and meringues covered with cream. So when I was thinking about ideas for a story about food, these delicious desserts came to my mind. But the truth is, despite how much I love to make these desserts, I don't much like eating them. A small taste is enough because they are just too rich for me. The foods I love to eat most are fresh vegetables in salads, soups, and tasty stews. They make me feel good, and I love to cook them. Maybe other people feel the same way." And that is when the story blossomed. Writers get ideas from their own lives, don't they? If you'd like to hear this story again, just start the video over. See what you notice when you read it again that you didn't notice the first time we read the story. Thanks for reading and thinking with me.